morning, guys. Good morning to you. Good morning to us. Good morning to the whole world. 1 second. I had to get my soul sticks. This one's lavender. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Right? Because come on, you can turn anything good, anything bad, good. It just really depends on your mental health. And a lot of people think their mental health is good until they are put in front of a situation that that shows them how really unstable they could be. And there's nothing wrong with being how do I say this? With stressing over things that require a little bit more of your attention, right? But when you stress about that thing and you don't take time to reflect or meditate or close your eyes, that stress will get in the way of you finding a solution to your problem. So that is why it's so important to meditate. So that is how you change your DNA. That is how you change your neural pathways that allow you to think differently, especially in stressful situations. Let's see what the energy is. It's always good to get some early morning advice to affair. So you're avoiding to make a decision about something. See how the guy is there, two paths. One is lit, one is the light, honey, and the light cannot be denied. It's lit up. And the other one is just not that bright. Maybe dark. Maybe boring. Maybe with no creativity. So there's a decision that you have to make, right? And maybe you're not making that decision because you haven't taken time to reflect, like what I just said. Instead, you're here worrying and you're avoiding making that decision. Maybe you feel confused, but confusion comes from all that stress and all those people that you're hanging around with. Yeah, look who's confusing you. This person right here in your life who loves control. Look how she's sitting on top of this money, filing her nails. It's not even her money. It's in a treasure box. It's locked in a treasure box, meaning that it's not hers. Meaning that she feels like she owns it. And maybe this person is confusing you. Right? Maybe they're using their feelings. Maybe they're using control tactics. Maybe they're using things to blackmail you so you don't make a decision that should be made. But come on. This person is frugal, right? They are malicious. They're greedy. Sitting on top of someone else's money, trying to control it. Come on. That's why that person does not want you to make the correct decision. I got the Knight of Water here. So you're someone who's pretty romantic, right? You've allowed for your emotions to guide you now. So really, there shouldn't be no indecision, right? There should be a decision made. But that person in your life, whoever he or she is, has caused a lot of confusion. Has caused a lot of insecurities in your life. But look, now you're ready, right? Now you're ready and confident because you are sure of whatever decision it is that you need to make. This is the Knight of Fire. Someone who's passionate, who's confident, and who is not afraid to go after whatever it is that they have always wanted. Okay, let's go a little bit more deep in this energy. What do you think about this, Spirit? Okay. So you're leaving something behind. Maybe you're leaving a city, maybe you're leaving a job, maybe you're leaving a relationship, right? Maybe you're leaving a toxic relationship with this person. Maybe you're just leaving old beliefs down that were keeping you undecided. And that's amazing. But this, whatever it is that you're leaving behind, right? Remember, it could be a person, place, or thing. This is a necessary transition, right? For you to be able to reach your destiny, for you to be able to continue on the path that God has in store for you. And look, see how the people here are traveling with 6 swords on their boat. It's hard, because come on, the swords are opening holes in the boat, and the boat could just sink. Meaning that you don't know what's coming ahead. But look, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. That is why it's a regretful but necessary transition. It's a rite of passage. A rite of passage for you to be able to get to the other side. And the other side is the side that God had always planned for you. And what is this controlling individual in your life doing? They're trying to keep you with confusion, with lies, with illusions, with control tactics, so you don't get on that boat and so you don't move on. But that is control. That is control right there. What else we got to know, sir? Yeah, look, guys, I got goosebumps. You want to go towards someone who has the Queen of Swords energy, right? Someone who is a quick thinker, who is organized, who is perceptive and independent. Whoever it is, I'm not saying, to each their own. So take this as it resonates, right? And incorporate it in your life. You're full of emotions now, right? You're more romantic. You're more open to love. And you're confident and you're passionate. And this is where you're heading. You want to go towards someone who shows this personality, right? Who shows this personality. Who's able to make just decisions quickly. Because they know right from wrong. Who doesn't just easily go with the flow, right? Someone who is not easily influenced. I guess that's what I meant to say. And they're perceptive, right? No one can get in that. They can see past people's manipulation, past people's control. They can see through that. They're just, meaning that they make fair decisions. They don't go off, oh, this person looks better than this person, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, this person seems smarter on paper than this person, so I'm gonna go with no. They don't do that. I don't do that. And look, you're over that situation, right? And you already know where you want to head. Not only with this person that you see, But also, right, this is bringing in the sun, guys. Right? This is your ultimate happiness. This is where you're going to feel that warmth, that stability, that positivity, that vitality. The sun gives us vitality, right? We get nutrient. Everything in this planet gets nutrients from the sun. That's why it's so important to go out in the sun. A lot of people overeat. A lot of people overdo a lot of things because they're not really hungry. They're just there eating. They're not really, stressed out. They're just there, like bombarded. But when you go out into the sun and you let the sun's light feed your cells, feed your blood, feed your bones, feed your body, feed your organs, that is how you obtain vitality, right? I barely get sick. Oh, I don't get sick. I forgot when was the last time I got sick. But this is what I mean. When you take initiative, when you take control over your own life and you stop being scared about whatever it is, about upsetting other people whose point of views are just distorted, when you take that control and you do what you need to do, even if it may seem a little bit hard at first, because remember, the boat could sink, but God is not going to let it sink. That's where you'll meet your destiny. That's where you'll be able to move to that next stage in life. That is where you're supposed to be. But what happens? A lot of people just get scared. A lot of people get confused. A lot of people just don't continue. And they miss out on their destiny. They miss out on all the blessings that God has in store for them. And they continue to stay in an environment that will forever block them. And some people don't even know they're being blocked. But that's why you have to be aware. You have to meditate. What else do we need to know about this spirit? Oh, I do not want to read all those. Okay, good. Yeah, someone here is scared. Look, fright. They're depressed. They have a phobia about something. They're paranoid. Maybe they're paranoid, right? Maybe it's this person that's controlling. Maybe they're paranoid about all the money they've been hiding, about all the illegal activity they've been doing, about all of the illegal spying they've been doing. That's what they're scared about, because they know that they're going to get caught. Look, this person is having nightmares. They can't sleep. They can't sleep because all of the evil shit they've been doing. Yeah, they're being persecuted by these energies and by real life people. So we already know who the controlling individual is in your life. And you already know what you got to do, right? Oh, okay, we'll read those. This person, this controlling individual, right? That's sitting on top of this money like this in your life. This person goes to church every Sunday and turns Bible verses against you, against others, right? They use the word to their advantage, to their benefit. And that is why they're scared, because they've been doing that so much. That is why they're having nightmares. Because look, for using God's word like that against other people, especially against me, God's chosen one, that's where you're getting all these nightmares, right? And this person probably wears crosses on their necks. Still goes to church every day, reads the Bible. Every Sunday, reads the Bible and acts like this godly person when they're not. And they want to say all these things, but don't know where to start. Of course. How can a person who is not aligned know where to start? But there is no starting anymore, because you started all this. So now you just have to face the consequences, really. That's it. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.